Hello and welcome to the very first Jobros review with your host Tarek and my special, probably gonna be sticking around for every other podcast. That's you.
That's me. That's me. I'm glad I'll be sticking around.
Who are you?
I
Who
was
are
waiting for
you?
you to, oh, I was waiting for you to say my name. I'm Caden.
Oh,
That's me.
you gonna plug your Twitter or anything?
My Twitter? Yeah, it's at real Donald Trump. That's my Twitter.
Nah, that's gone. That's gone, bro.
Oh,
They blocked
I
you.
got banned?
Yeah,
Um,
you
I
got
haven't been
banned.
on in a while. I gave it to some guy.
You gave it to some guy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He got real angry at me and I said, just take it. I don't care. I gave him my password and everything. Password was Password's 12345, if anyone's wondering how to get in there.
Yeah, that's also the password to the Jobros Twitter, which
Yeah.
I've actually just set up today, earlier today.
Wow.
I know,
That's
right?
crazy.
It's kind of swag. So,
So what are we here for? What are we here for?
what we're here for is instead of, you know, we're doing this around the time that Chapter 104 came out, and we really should have done a Chapter 104 review. But,
True.
your boy's got college work, and he's too busy. He ain't got time for this.
Yeah. And your other boys got sleep, I guess.
Yeah. So, what we're going
We
to be doing
love
is,
being unemployed.
hey, ain't nothing wrong with unemployed.
Uh-huh. You would know.
I would. So, we're just going to be doing a recap from chapters 1 to 104. That's a big task, but we can do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty confident. I have a decent memory. Uh, and you said before we even started recording that you know up until about Damo, and then after that, it's kind of a little but I definitely know from Damo onward.
I,
So
I would say
we
like
should
around the Demo arc with Doobie Wah to
do. Wow.
especially with Dolomite or Dolomite, whatever you want to say. Um,
Yeah.
his arc is just entirely like I blocked that out.
We're going to go into excruciating detail about Dolomite and Blue Hawaii.
Oh my god! Yeah, we're gonna dedicate 20 minutes to this episode. In fact, I'm gonna leave a timestamp down below in the description. But if you're listening to this on like Spotify or something, you know, you can find us on YouTube. Check us out on there too.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, selfless plug right there. All right,
We're,
mark that
we're
down.
gonna
That's
we're gonna have
two.
a timestamp going right to Blue Hawaii, and so when it starts to where it ends, hopefully you guys just came here for that
And
to see
I
our
hope
thoughts on
you
Dolomite.
don't want to hear about any other parts. We're only gonna talk about Blue Hawaii.
There's
So
gonna be no other references. We're gonna just deep dive into Blue Hawaii. So strap in.
yeah, a whole hour and a half long of nothing but Blue
We do the
Hawaii talk.
trolling.
All right, but just to give the Blue Hawaii arc some, let's talk about the prequel to the Blue Hawaii arc,
What's the
as in
prequel?
chapters 1 to whenever Blue Hawaii starts.
Let's see what chapter does Blue Hawaii start.
Yeah, let's
I'm not here.
from now on, as a JoJo community, let's start splitting JoJo. Like most people say, oh, after Damo, gets murked on the sidewalk, that's when
March.
Jojolion really changes. No, let's do Jojolion from now on as pre Dolomiti and post Dolomiti.
All right, so you say Dolomiti.
Yeah, Dolomiti. I mean, that's how I say it. How do you say it?
I say Dolomite.
Dolomite. Dolomite
Dolomite.
might not change how I say it.
That's crazy. All right,
I
so
know.
Dolomite. Apparently, his arc starts at chapter 59,
I think
and
it's
right
more.
before that is the Milligro Man arc,
No, no,
which
no.
is right, which is
We're
right after Killer Queen and Vitamin C.
we're take. I'm taking back what I said. We now split it from the Milligram Man arc,
Milligro Man.
mostly because it's all Joshu. Like that's what we want. That's what I want as a Jojolian
That's
fan.
your incel king.
Yeah, the incel king, baby.
Oh my
This
god.
man could get like all that he wants, but he chooses not to. He says, "No, Sorry,
I
but
think
he don't look like Yasuo.
you're giving my man Joshua a bit too much credit.
No, hey, he has all the credit he needs. He has infinite money. His credit score is all the way up.
This man does not have infinite money anymore.
Yeah, but he did at one point. Do you know
Well,
how many loans he took out, and then I don't know. Oh, I don't know what's the word for like. So you take out a loan. Do you just pay
uh-huh.
it back? Is that just how you say it?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know money.
You don't
I'm
know money.
unemployed, you remember?
Yeah, you're unemployed.
I ain't got no job. But we will get to the Billy Grow man whenever we get to him.
Yeah.
First, I'd say that we just jump into it.
Let's
Start out.
do a little bit of a Ray William Johnson thing, and just jump on, just get it, jump on into it.
That's not Ray William Johnson.
Isn't that who he?
Isn't that Philip DeFranco?
Oh my gosh, it is. Yeah, Philip DeFranco.
He says, he says, "Hello, once again, Audie."
And then he grabs the
That's not.
lightsaber and he grabs the lightsaber. He looks at the camera. And he goes, "Dang!" And then we can't say that.
Can't say what.
Yeah, you ain't fooling me there.
Uh-huh.
You ain't catching me on camera with that.
Uh-huh. Give me like 10 minutes. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start with the start.
Let's talk about the walleye man.
The Walleye Man.
Yeah, that's
You mean
probably
Josuke?
the yeah, that's the I think that was the first. I'm looking at it right here. It says that was the original title for the first chapter. The Walleye Man instead of Welcome to Morio.
Well, I wonder if it's like So when Part Seven first started, nobody knew it was JoJo.
Hmm.
Or I don't believe so. Like it wasn't titled anything. Which I don't really know how that was possible, but I remember people were like, "What the heck? This ain't JoJo."
What the heck?
What the heck? But
That is not accurate.
where the heck is my Jolene? She is gone.
Where the heck is my beautiful round-breasted goddess?
Araki draws them anything but round.
That's true.
All of them are
Okay,
right angles.
okay. Speaking of round, though, we start out the first chapter of Jojolion. The first thing we see is my girl Yasuho, just her butt right in full view, not even trying to hide anything. Just like, all right, but not her bare bottom, but and close enough, right?
In a perfect world, that would be different. But
Oh, that's
in a perfect world, things would be different.
sure. Look, okay. So yeah, so we see Yasuho, and then she just is like, oh, there's a man underneath the rock. Who's this man in the sailor hat?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
What's
wasn't
it?
she being chased by Joshu, and
Uh,
that's why she was like lightheaded and everything at the very beginning?
I think so. Okay, hold on. Let me read the dialogue. He says, should I hide or shouldn't I? I'm not sure. No. Holding out here hidden is definitely the right thing to do. This is so awkward. Even though we only kissed once. When you hurry up and go somewhere else. Oh, they kissed?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, props to Joshu.
Hey.
He ended up
I
getting
mean,
some.
being so king, got some, just a little bit.
But like also, we've seen what he'll do if he has Yasuo alone during the what's the Sorgi's Paper Moon King.
Peppermint king. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw what he would do if he saw her alone.
Josh is just a gamer. Josh is peak gamer.
Please do not categorize him as a gamer. I
Isn't that what he
tried.
is, though?
I mean,
Josh is a gamer incel.
mm, God, you know what? He probably plays
Is he not?
RuneScape. He probably plays RuneScape.
He plays League.
Oh my God. No, Damo plays League.
Tomo plays League. Josh plays RuneScape.
Old school edition specifically. All right, but so is there anything that happened in the first chapter that we would probably need to remember by now, or anything that stood out?
Yeah. Um, Josuke has four testicles.
No, I'm talking about like standing out still to chapter 104. Like, is there anything that's like, oh,
Yeah,
I forgot about that?
yeah, four testicles.
Oh, I forget. You know, that's the
Yes.
thing. That's the thing that's gonna stop the calamities.
That's what Josuke's four nuts are gonna stop Wonder of You from taking out the rest of the Higashikatas.
God,
But we'll get to that when we get to that.
he's gonna shoot a bubble, and it's just gonna be one of his testicles, and Toru's just gonna be like, "Oh, a little stupid bubble," and then like, it's gonna hit him
He's gonna pop it, and that's gonna hit him in the face. It's gonna go, ew! And the calamity's gonna hit Toru.
for pursuing Josuke's nuts when he's gonna step on him.
Pursuing Josuke's nuts. Okay. Uh, Another thing is Joshu's dumb hair
Oh
in
my
this first chapter. It's so bad.
Yeah, pretty much all the characters have like wacky first designs. Like probably
Oh yeah,
the
he also have certain angles that looks pretty weird.
I'd say
Unless
like
like I don't know if it's
Sarugi.
changed too much though.
Sarugi probably has the worst one. Like if you go back and pull that up, Sarugi is suffering from over drip syndrome. Like he has too
What?
much going on.
Please don't ever say over drip syndrome ever again.
The world over drip.
Ever notice how Rocky draws toes? How they're just like extended really long, they're all the exact same size and shape.
You ever seen how Rocky draws anything?
Hey, good point.
Yeah, trust me. I'm kind of like a lawyer, so I kind of know what I'm
You're
talking
kind
about. I kind of know
you're
how to
kind
word
of
it.
you're kind of a Joshu. You're kind of an incel.
Swear to God, that's the worst thing you can call me.
An incel?
No, a Joshu.
Hey, bro, that's your gamer king, bro. Calm down.
All right, all right. So getting back to the recap. So hmm, I wrote down
Hmm.
a bit, a few things. So you
Oh, you
remember
did.
when Josuke first uses his bubbles, and he literally like punctures this woman? He's like, "Oh, I need her distracted, so I'm gonna take away her water from inside her and make her thirsty." Because for some reason, that's the first thing he thinks of.
Look, Josuke be making bitches thirsty.
I mean, that's true, but also he didn't have to make her look like she had like 50 puncture wounds on the side of her. Like she looked like she just survived a drive-by.
What's that phobia called?
Try,
Uh,
try something. Pull it up, Jamie.
all right. Try.
All right, while he's doing that, so later on, when they're all in the hospital, which is also like kind of weird that we're back at the hospital again. Um, Joshua's in his room, and you get to see his bite mark. I completely forgot that Joshua had a bite mark, but it was on his
Trypophobia.
knee. Trypophobia. That's it. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's confirmed. Josuke does not have trypophobia because he willingly makes it.
I don't think Josuke even knows what that is.
I don't think Josuke knows. Like
He doesn't even know his
anything.
own name. He doesn't know anything.
This man is kind of slow, but
He can speak Japanese. That's about it.
with Joshua's bite marks, that's kind of whack.
Just bite
Because
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
did you forget about that as well?
I did.
And it's not the first time he brings it up.
Like
Like he's like, "Oh, not again! This is happening again. It hurts so much." So are the bite marks like a recurring thing that just happen? Like if you're not ready for your stand?
maybe I know that. Well, I wouldn't say that because Josuke has a bite mark on the star on his shoulder.
But then
And then whenever Josh is attacking him with the rock, uh, the rock, uh, a bubble just kind of comes out of the birthmark. So like he must have some sort of ability with the. Oh, I'm looking at the chapter right now, and he just kind of pops on Joshua's eyes with the bubble.
Yeah, early soft and wet abilities are very like literal popping. Like to get the
Yeah, he
water out,
doesn't have any
he
eye.
pops the skin. To make this guy blind, he pops his eyes out. I think there's what's another thing he did? Oh, during the Dia fight, I was rereading that. I completely
Uh-huh.
forgot that like the bubbles, once he takes something away, they stay there. So whenever he takes the sound away from the light when she's in the closet, later on when he's like
Mhm.
about to go down on a Dia,
Listen, unit
she hears
on 16.
the bubble
Uh,
hits the ceiling and it does like the light flick sound. And she's like, What is that? You turn the lights off?" And he's like, "I did no thing. My hands were
he
on
said,
you, girl." And she's like, "No, you
he
flicked the
said,
lights."
nah.
So I forgot that like the bubbles retained and stayed around after. There's a lot of soft and wet
Dias,
abilities.
Dias ability is kind of whack. I remember reading it the first time, and I was kind of confused by it, but we're going back and rereading it. Uh, it's definitely brought back some. I don't mean to be a pun master here, but it brings back some memories.
So with Daya's thing, I forget if it's like she has to willingly walk into your shadow or if it's like by accident. But I don't know if she has to be
Um,
conscious for it. Because if not, like that's probably the weakest stand. Because if it was anyone but Josuke, they could have just knocked her out and then put her in their shadow, and they just win.
yeah, I think the thing was she has to walk into your shadow, whether it be on purpose or on accident,
Well,
because he's trying to like make her do it.
even then she
I'm
might
looking at it
not.
right here.
Even then she might not have to walk, because you can see like whenever they're at the gate and she's on her bike, she avoids his shadow again. So it might just be like if she even enters it.
Yeah. Uh, so I'm trying to see. I know that he tries to make her walk into the shadow, but she's like, no, I'm okay.
Yeah, she's like a bat. She hears everything he does.
Yeah, she's blind as one, I'll tell you that. Oh,
Yeah, it kind of works like that.
oh, I'm at the part in the chapter where Daya's rubbing all over Josuke and her titties are rubbing up against his arm. He's like, okay. Oh, that's a panty shot. Thanks for Rocky.
This is not the horny cast. Please calm down, Caden.
I'm not trying to be horny. I'm looking
I can hear you.
respectfully.
I can hear you shoving over the audio.
Look, bro. I am looking respectfully at the art.
Put the
Oh,
stuff
hey,
away.
Narish. Hey, Nariske. He says, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill that guy.
Yeah, he literally says that he's gonna kill Josuke, and that
And then him
he
and
plans on making him a
and then
slave in body and soul. So he was kind of setting up Norisuke to have like this hatred towards Josuke
yeah, that's what I thought I was gonna go down to.
that
But
is
then like
later never expanded upon.
yeah, then like 4 arcs later, he's like, oh yeah, you're like when I'm you're my son now. You're like one of my best friends. He's like, okay,
He's like, "Hey
sounds good
man,
enough to me.
there's kind of like this architect dude that's kind of wacky. So kill him for me, please."
God, Josuke is just horny.
Oh my god.
Uh, I think everyone in JoJo's horny to some extent.
Uh, if we were to rank them, I think it would be Daya and Jobin are S tier on the horny meter.
Oh yeah, Jobin, especially whenever Mitsuba gets her nose.
He goes, "Oh, is that a rock nose? That's sick,
He's,
babe."
it looks like my Beatles. I'm gonna fuck you now.
Makes you kind of wonder what he
Okay,
does with the Beatles when
fuck his
he's not
Beatles.
around.
He sounds with his Beatles.
Oh my gosh. With a little brush they use to make him angry.
No, he puts the pheromones on him.
Let's do a little test real quick. Do you remember when Yasuo awakened Paisley Park?
Yeah,
It was the Doobie Wall fight, right? I was just trying to remember that.
No, it was Born This Way.
Was it? Is I'm trying to remember what she did. What did she do?
Uh, no, hold on, let me look.
Where was Yasuo's bite mark? Wasn't it on like her leg?
I think if I'm not wrong, hold on, let's see.
Because that would make, if it is on her leg, that's two of them right there. And then Josuke is on his shoulder just because a little coinky dink to be around the star. We know Daya didn't
Whoa.
have one because she just states that she hung around them and like lost her eyesight.
Yeah. Huh. So I'm looking through, and I just saw Chashu slap Josuke because Josuke had some money in his hand. He said, "Give me that shit." No.
Joshu, okay, so I remember I marked this down. I tried to guesstimate how much money Norisuke gives Jobin in exchange for his room, because whenever Josuke's like being first introduced to the home, Norisuke's showing him around. He's like, "This is your room," and then Joshu is saying like, "What do you mean? What do you mean, pops? That's my room." Norisuke just grabs him and starts pulling out 10,000 yen bills. I
It's
counted
like,
about nine of them, so whatever 90,000 yen is in dollars is how much he gave Joshu in exchange for his room.
Yasuo has bite marks on her ankle.
Is it okay?
Yeah. I see her scratching it right now.
Ugh, that's so gross. How deep do you think those things go?
Why do you want to know?
No, I'm just saying. Like, do you think it's like you put like your pinky finger tip in there, and like each little groove?
I don't think so. If she's scratching it, if it was like that, then I feel like there'd be maybe a bit more of a problem.
I think it is a problem to
Oh,
begin with.
here's that thing I was talking about earlier. I am not horny, but hold on.
I kind of don't trust
Right
it.
here, it's Holly. So during the Born This Way and Paisley Park arc, uh, Yasuho goes to the hospital, and she's in there, and she runs into Holly, and Holly's like, "You look," to quote Holly, she says, "You look extremely similar." Stay there for a sec, Miss. Maybe come on, you really, you're really identical. Come on here. I was bored, so I was looking at this before. I knew it. It's you, right? I'm sure of it. It's incredible. Do your parents know about this? And she has like a nude magazine, like a porn magazine. She thinks that the girl in it is Yasuho. She's like, no, that's not me. She's like, huh, okay.
Do your parents know? What a
To your,
question.
do you know where your son is, man? No.
All right, so
Oh,
what comes after Born This Way?
what after Born This Way is Shakedown Road.
Born This Way, Shakedown Road. One of the best
I, I,
arcs.
fa-
Like,
I
legitimately,
found
I love that
where
arc.
I found where Paisley Park shows up.
Where does she show up?
It's like a couple pages after what I just said.
Is it a?
It's like on
Yeah, she shows up
do
in
I?
the hospital, and it's like the
Yeah,
whole door analogy that never made sense.
door analogy.
Yeah, like the chapter after uh Paisley Park is released, I think. There's like a huge, like 3 page description of how Paisley Park works. And it's basically saying like, imagine you're in a hallway that has infinite amount of doors. This stand is able to
I do.
figure out what doors you need to open.
That sounds familiar, but I don't remember it.
I'm pretty sure most people forgot about it after reading. But I remember like spending a lot of time trying to figure out what it was. And I was like, oh, this is going to be important later. And no, it's not.
Yeah.
This is just another Iraqi useless fact about something he made. I doubt
It's
it'll
kind of
help
weird to
you.
think. It's kind of weird to think about. Um, it's getting close to a year since I got into JoJo.
When did you? What arc did you start on?
What do you mean?
Like, what arc were you in whenever you started reading?
When I started reading,
Yeah, Jojolion.
like Jojolion,
Hmm.
I just started from the beginning.
No, I mean like, what
What are
arc
you
was
asking me?
releasing whenever you started?
Oh, that's what you mean. Should have said that in the first place. I'm I'm 90% sure it was, I think it was chapter, let me look. I want to say yeah, I want to say it was volume 23, and I think it's maybe chapter 93 or 94. That was released in, or the volume 23 was released in April of last year.
Ooh,
Because I remember the cover. It's uh, Josuke and his outfit's pink, and he has a bunch of Akefus behind him, and they're all just kind of standing in the sky.
I don't remember the
So,
exact chapter, but I'm pretty sure I started whenever they first revealed Jobin's ability. It was
mhm.
oh here it is. I know exactly which chapter. It's chapter 63. How whoa, April 2017.
Yeah,
Gosh, that's crazy to think it's been going on for that long. I mean, it's about 10 years now.
close enough. That's yeah, because I'm you were yeah, because you showed me the opening to Phantom Blood, and you were like, watch the show. I said, okay. So I started watching it, and it only took me like, I don't know, I'd say about 2 weeks to get through Phantom Blood and Battle Tendency and all those Stardust Crusaders, like the anime. And then I kind of took a bit of a hiatus, and then I went and I watched Diamond is Unbreakable and Golden Wind. Uh, and then I read uh, I read Still Ball Run first before I read Stone Ocean
I can't blame you.
because, well, no, it's because I was like, oh, Stone Ocean will probably have an anime coming out pretty soon, so I can probably just get all my information from the anime when that comes out. Boy, oh boy,
Was I? Were you wrong?
yeah. So I went after I finished reading Still Ball Run. I went back and I read uh, Stone Ocean, and now I I read all of Jojolion in like about 2, maybe 3 months. I like I didn't read it straight through. No, I think by the time I finished it, I want to say it was, I think, right as 101 was released. So I've only really been caught up for like 3 or 4 months. So
Well, I mean, it's still an experience, you know.
yeah, uh, it's crazy though, huh? And now I'm here on a podcast talking about JoJo.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But so going into what arc would we be going into now? Since we've just covered what arc did we just go over?
Born This Way,
Okay, so what comes after Born This Way? Then we go into
Shakedown Road.
Shakedown Road. Yeah. So in Shakedown, oh, God, I love Shakedown Road so much.
I like Shakedown Road. It's fun.
Just seeing
It
Joshu get like a little bit of redemption is so nice to see.
is that Is that redemption?
It's not redemption per se, but it's more just like he gets a cool moment, one where he's not being kind of rapey. Not to say his rapey moments are cool. I'm just
True.
saying like most of his moments are kind of leaning towards that.
Yeah. Good lord. Every chapter I go to, like Hato or Daya or someone's titties are out. I just went to part 1 of Shakedown Road, and already Josuke is eyeing up Hato with her titties out. Jesus.
You are looking for these. You've got them memorized. I saw in your
No, I'm
phone you
not.
had a notes. Which Jojolion chapters have
Uh huh.
bazongas?
Which Jojolion chapters has the big bazunga? Yes.
Yes.
It's that fucking hat that dies.
This is the most
Finally.
important.
Oh, right before Shakedown Road was whenever uh Kei Nijimura, not Kyo, Kei, I think it's Kei, um,
It's K.
is like it's like Josuke, look at these lemons, and then I'll bury them in the ground, and then I take them out the ground, and then look, they're like different colors. That's crazy, right?
Was
And
there
he's like, I guess.
was there any time period between that, or was it just instantaneous?
I think it was like the next day or something because it starts out. Let's see. He's recapping what just happened, kinda. He's like, my true identity is Ishikage Kira. That's weird. He's like, there's someone else inside me, and it's showing the lemons and the oranges and stuff, and then it goes immediately to like the, the next day or something because Norisuke has like a bathrobe on, and I think they're about to go to the beach or something. Actually, no, they're not going to the beach. They're just sitting in the living room with their swimsuits on because they're like, hey, might as well, right?
Here's something I completely forgot about. The Higashikata mark, that weird thing that was on like the guardrail on going up to the
Oh yeah,
stairs. Which, tell me what you remember about that.
not much. I remember that Norisuke was like, look, Josuke, you may be living here, but don't go there. Please don't do that. And then he goes upstairs. He says, whoa. And
Three
he
chapters
finds the
later,
family tree. Yeah, he finds the family tree. And he goes, wow, that's a family tree, I guess. Something about steel balls and running or something. Uh, let's see. Gosh, got a family tree. Let's see if I can pull it up here.
did you
Uh,
remember that that mark was also on Kira's wrist?
was it?
Yeah, it was on his wrist whenever they did the autopsy.
Hmm,
Which I'm sure that was answered somewhere in like the Damo or Yatsuya arc. That
maybe.
what would you call that whole arc? The
That's the Damokan group.
Damokan group, yeah.
Okay. So, okay, I have the family tree pulled up here. And it says, the Kashikata family tree. And Narusuke the first had some children and had Narusuke the second, who had some children, and had Narusuke the third, who had some children, and had Josuke Narusuke, who is our Narusuke, married Kato, had Kato, Joshu, Daya, and Jobin, and then Jobin and Mitsubi got together, had Tsurugi, which, I mean, pretty sure everyone knows that. What about, hold on, where, oh, here it is, right here. Uh, oh, it's Kira's. Okay, I found Kira's. That's what I was looking for.
What about
George Joestar and Anne have, do what?
what are you looking for on Kira?
Oh, I was looking for the family tree for him, and I found it.
Oh, okay. he's
So
just
George Joestar, and he's a star.
at what point do they show that K or Kyo at this point is like half Jotaro, half Kira?
Uh,
I can cut this part out.
okay, yeah. Should we start up from where we were?
All right, three, two, go. So at what point do they
So
change? No, not do they change. At this point, K is named Kyo, and when did they reveal
yeah,
that she's like half Jotaro, half what's half Jotaro, half Kira?
I know. I feel like it was kind of early on. I think it was right after. Uh, we figured out that she's Kira's sister after the Born This Way arc. So like, she gets defeated, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, Josuke, you're like my brother and someone else." So that's kind of cool, right? And he's like, "Yeah, sure, I guess."
He's like, I.
He doesn't.
So like, it's
He's
only like
kind of.
half incest,
He's like,
right?
"Oh my god."
But
Anyway,
the reason I'm bringing that
the
up is that
Kira family tree is what?
the reason I'm bringing it up is because if you look on Born This Way, or as I call it, Going
Uh-huh.
Underground, because that's the translation I read. You can see like Kira skulls going around the helmet, like the ones that you would see on like a Sheer Heart Attack. You can see those. So that's kind of like a little hint. So
Can you?
yeah, if you go back and like look at maybe not in later designs, but definitely in like early ones, you can see Sheer Heart
Mm-hmm.
Attack skulls on it.
What chapter is that?
Uh, no clue. Just whenever the Born This Way arc is. I don't know. You got Google.
Yeah, I'm on it right now. Somewhere between uh 13 and 16, I'd say, or 13 and 17. But okay, so the family tree for Kira. So George Joestar has Nicholas and Johnny, and then Johnny marries Rina Higashikata. Then they have George Joestar II, who marries Elizabeth, who, I mean, this is pretty much just uh, original JoJo stuff. So George Joestar II marries Elizabeth, and then they have a son named Joseph who marries Susie Q, who have a daughter named Holly. But instead of Holly marrying Akuyo, she marries Akira instead. And then they had Yoshikage and
Lil Yoshikage.
Kei, which is a little mentioned. But that may be because that was a bit earlier on, before the bonus way arc. I think actually, it might be right before it, as a matter of fact. I want to say it was he saw this, and then Born This Way started like right after it.
What was? I'm trying to think back. What was the reason that Josefumi was on the boat with Kira? Like, were they buddies beforehand? Like, I completely forget. I think they were good friends.
Um, I want to say they just like met, and then they started hanging out together, and then became friends. What to look up for that? Josephine and Kira boat.
The
Okay.
boat.
Hmm. I don't know, because I know that Josefumi is younger than Kira, like by a
Yeah,
lot, I think. So I think
they definitely
Josefumi's
hung
like
out before
19.
because
Oh, yeah.
they have that picture
They have the
with
pictures and stuff with Carrera.
Carrera, that's her name, and then it's Love Love
Yeah.
Deluxe. That's her stand, right?
Yes.
God, that was
Because
such a
she's this world's like Yuko.
that's such a weird arc because it
Love of the Deluxe.
yeah because it like starts off with her like fake giving a blowjob to a guy.
What?
Yeah, don't you remember?
Oh, yeah. I thought that was at the end, though. Actually, no. No, you're right. You're right.
Rocky,
It was right after Aphex Twin.
he really likes having uh kind of some villains just starting with sex scenes. Like
Yeah,
it's
Rocky's
not
just
a lot
horny
of
all the time. That's why I made the series.
yeah. Rocky's horny on main, but like he starts
Rocky
one
been
with
horny since day
Carrera
one.
and then with Ozone Baby. Poor Tom, that was his name.
Yeah, yeah, poor Tom. And then
How
like
does poor
if I
Tom
just
get
go through
so
like a gallery of images like of any female character, like especially in Jojolion, like Yasuho almost gets raped by
whoa
Joshu. Well, I mean, she kind of does. He thought that she wanted him, but then she beat him over the head with a toilet uh
lid?
tank. Yeah, that. So he was kind of MIA for a little bit. Uh, but then like there's pictures of Yasuho and Toru that he's drawn where like she pretty much has her titties hanging out, just hanging out with him.
This is the only thing you
And then
worry
like
about.
you brought it up.
This is why you read Jojolion. You went, oh, this little
Yeah,
Yasuo girl.
this little Yasuho girl, Ohugo.
Auga.
Nah, bro. I got my eyes set on Yasuho. I got my eyes set on somebody else.
And then you saw
Mitsuba, you already know.
the Paisley dump truck, and you went, oh, praise the Lord.
Why, yeah, why does Araki have to draw these characters with such fat asses? Mamazuku,
Everyone has it.
Hato, Paisley
Mamazuku
Park.
has the biggest dump truck. Like that's at least three honks. It goes, you know,
Mamazuku's asshole is so fucking wide. Goddamn.
specifically the hole.
Yeah,
You were very specific. Uh, plus,
I know.
I don't think he would show you that because I think that's like Norisuke's whole thing is you don't show that to people.
Yeah, well, that's your stand. He's like, Josuke, don't show your stand to anybody. Don't whip that thing out. It's like, show people your asshole under it. And he said, okay.
Okay,
And then later on,
and then
okay, no, I
immediately,
lie.
yeah, immediately beforehand, he
It's
shows
like,
King nothing, and he's like, "No, I lie."
look at this. That's cool.
That's cool. Okay, so we're making pretty good progress. I'd say we're
Oh,
not really, but
no,
no,
I
I
lie.
lie.
Okay. So let's talk about Shakedown Road a little bit.
All right, so Shakedown Road. What all do you recall from that?
Shakedown Road.
Because the only thing I remember is that the little leave things are somehow connected to the spin, and that
What did you just say?
the little leaf things, the things that like look like little sombreros, they're
Yeah, I know what
somehow
you're talking
connected to the
about.
spin.
Are they?
I could have swore that there was something connecting them to the spin.
I don't look. Only like the first time we heard about spin this entire part is I think chapter 100. Whenever Azuki was like, "Yo, Josuke, and those bubbles, there's something else in there. Like that shit spins." And then we've heard that same thing in the past four chapters. I don't think like if spin was introduced or reintroduced uh, during Shakedown Road, I think it would have been a much bigger deal, I suppose. but I think maybe what you're talking about is the fact that they have the memorial to Johnny like really close to it.
Yeah, so people think about, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Les
because I
Fuiles.
remember after that arc, it was like uh Josuke finds the statue and he asks a guy like, "What's this about?" And he tells him the story of Johnny Joestar, and he's like, "Oh, that's crazy." So like Jesus' body is just kind of around. He's like, "Yeah, that happened," but I don't know. Like, I don't think it was connected to the spin ball, but because if it was, it would have been a big, cluster of the spin, the spin.
I really
And
do
check
think,
down Rose kind of.
you think Les Fuiles, I'm just going to call them the ginkgo leaf stand. That's kind of what they are.
Oh yeah, autumn leaves.
I thought, yeah, autumn leaves. Let's call them autumn leaves.
Yeah.
So, autumn leaves. What is the. So their power is like moving stuff really fast?
Um, I think. Okay, no. So, uh, the road itself is the user of the stand,
So
and
basically,
if you step on the leaves, I think what it does is everyone's like, huh, huh, you stepped on the leaves, huh. And I don't remember what all happens. Hold on.
yeah, there's literally no
Let
like
me.
abilities. It's literally okay. Transportation. They'd hide under leaves on the road, and if enough of them like they form a path, they're instantly transported to the other path. So the reason I would think that's connected to the spin is kind of like how like isn't it Act 3 that allows Johnny to stick his hand in like the little hole?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I just looked that up and like other than the explanation as to what the stand is, the first thing I see it says reddit.com. Are Autumn Leaves Tusk? And it's like its fast transportation ability seems similar to Tusk Act 3's ability. I think uh I think residual stand energy is an interesting concept, but Autumn Leaves just seems like, huh. What?
I'm just gonna
Okay,
clarify. I
so it
did not
says
know about that, nor did I create that Reddit post.
it's from 2018.
I might have created that Reddit post.
That's weird. It says autumn leaves, unusual stand, and that they have no road user. Anyone is free to use them if they know how to. They do not have any combat ability whatsoever, but are extremely useful to the denizens of Shakedown Road in order to set up crimes. Yes, it's pretty much just let's commit crime. Okay,
So, what do you think would happen if you like shot a bullet into the leaves? Do you think it would like appear at the other end?
maybe. It's been a long time since I read Shakedown Road.
Yeah,
I'm
Shakedown
kind of
Road's
fuzzy
kind
on
of.
that one.
I feel like it's kind of a in between chapter arc
Oh, definitely. That's yeah. That's giving Rocky some time to figure everything out.
to figure out what he's gonna be doing.
But
But it also did introduce
yeah, I
King
forgot.
Hall,
True, true, true. I forgot about that actually. Yeah,
which
is
I
that can
feel
call your favorite stand from Jojolion?
it's one of them, definitely.
Mm.
Where he unscrews the guy's hands and puts them back the other way.
Yeah,
God, that's such a cool moment.
bow down to your incel king.
Josh, the incel king, baby.
Oh, incel king. I remember everyone was like, "Dude, Joshu's cool now. He's helping Yasuo. He's gonna turn everything around. He's gonna be one of the most loved characters now."
And then he
It didn't happen.
immediately says like, "No,
He
give me my
said
arm back,
he
honey."
said He said, "My little strawberry, please. I need to jerk off, please." He said, "No, it's my arm." Haha. He said, "You fucking bitch, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you."
Good lord.
He's very
Please, Yasuo,
aggressive,
I
man.
need my arm back, please.
Please, I need to jerk it real bad, man. Come on,
I need to unscrew these, please.
girl, help.
It's such a cool looking stand, though. It looks like a common rider.
It's cool looking. Let's see.
All right,
So
what comes after?
after Shakedown Road is Paper Moon Deception, and then after that is the whole Yatsuya Yama stuff.
So if I'm remembering right, that whole arc is just the introduction to the rock humans. Like Josuke, this is not human, or the Norisuke is just like this is not human. Just push it in the ocean, and that's also like
Yeah,
Tsurugi's big arc. Because I remember like Yatsuya is like Tsurugi's the only one with good goals. Because he befriended
yeah.
Tsurugi.
That's kind of weird. He Yama's just kind of hanging out with this 9-year-old boy in his little bunker. He said, "Haha, I'm here now."
Yeah, who
They said,
knows
"Please
how old
leave him
Yatsuya
alone."
is?
He's a rock human, so how rock human is just like he could be like 50 or 60 for all I know.
Yeah, probably.
That's kind of crazy. Uh, um, let's see. I don't remember too much from that arc, but that leads into the I Am a Rock arc, which the whole thing is like, oh, uh, he has Yasuo. Yo, Norisuke, we need to get Yasuo back. Okay, we'll do that. And then they get Yasuo back by taking Yakiyama and throwing him into the bottom of the ocean.
Also, that's
They said,
another
haha,
thing
idiot.
is that all the rock humans after this, the second they die, they crumble. We never saw
Yeah,
Yagiyama crumble, so we don't know if he's kind of in like the
dude,
20th century boy kind of thing, where he's just sitting at the ocean.
or the Anubis thing.
God, Araki that's just his favorite thing. What's that like four that I can name off the top of my head now? Anubis, 20th
Yeah, and
century boy,
cars.
Yagiyama, and cars.
He likes people to stop thinking.
Yeah,
He said, I did this,
I don't think we ever
I did
see
this back in the 80s.
I don't think Yagiyama ever stopped thinking.
It,
Just
I thought he got crumbled.
no, he didn't crumble.
I mean, look. I but I know he's dead, though, right?
Is his name Yatsuya? Oh, what's
I think it's Yatsuyu. It's
his name? Yatsuyu.
Yotsuyu.
Y-O-T. Oh, yep,
That's how
that's
I.
it. Yasuyu
Yeah.
Yagiyama.
Oh, maybe he didn't crumble. Maybe you're right. 'Cause I see him here at the bottom of the thing, and there goes the Rokakaka down to the bottom too. Huh. That's weird. When I first saw this guy, I thought it was a woman, and
Jay, I think
I looked into it, and I was like, he? What? That was kind of fun.
favorite
Huh.
food cherry coke. Thank God we know that. Thanks, Rocky. I don't know where I'd be without knowing Yagiyama's favorite food.
Rocky likes to just draw his characters made out of stone.
Let's see. Do they give
He likes to
a
turn his characters
status?
into stone.
It looks like they don't give a status for him.
Oh,
How many many
Let me let
chapters
me
is this man
let me
in?
find it.
This man is in chapter
Yagiyama?
2. This man, yeah, he's in a lot of.
He shows up. He shows up like in like flashbacks and stuff a bunch.
Yeah, it's a
Let's see.
lot. Okay,
Information
so yes,
status
in
status deceased.
I Am a Rock Part 2, it says he is deceased,
Yeah. Cause of death suffocated from lack of skin respiration.
but he didn't crumble.
He's in Eyes of Heaven. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's in the background somewhere
That makes sense.
in the
I feel like
stage.
most JoJo characters are just in the background.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. He's in 29 chapters so far,
Wow.
which is wild. His last appearance was chapter 99, that
Oh,
flashback.
I'm looking through it right now. This is like the first time we see Josuke get the eyes of a killer. Whenever
Oh,
him and
yeah.
Norisuke go down into Tsurugi's little hut, and then he gets the eyes of a killer whenever he realizes that Tsurugi isn't in there. Or no, no, no. Why does he get him?
Yeah, also, huh?
Yes, that's why.
Yeah.
I'd said that, and I was like,
Huh.
wait, he doesn't care about Tsurugi at this point. This dude
Yeah,
is
no.
really
He's still
unfeeling.
very much, he's very much trying to get comfortable around everybody still. Like, he just saw his adoptive father's stand for the first time.
Like, I don't even
And
think
even
he's
then, it took some.
seen Jobin at this point.
No, he hasn't met Jobin yet. But that is the next arc.
Is Beetle tendency?
Every day is a summer vacation. Jobin shows up and says, hey, what's up, guys? You working with fruit and whatever? He said, let's fight with beetles.
Here's
Okay.
another rock human ability. So they're looking around at the edge of the. They're at the little edge of the mountain thing, where the river is. I forget what they
Uh-huh.
call that. And Yatsu is just playing tricks with them, like he's turning into his rock form and then sinking into the ground and appearing behind him and everything.
Yeah, I remember that. He's such a little prankster.
Yeah, he's such a little goofy goober.
He's a goofy goober, yeah.
Oh, he literally says, "I am a
So,
rock. I am an island."
yeah, yeah. Let's bring back some memories.
And then he puts
So I say we.
gasoline cans on him, or is that chlorine?
I think I don't remember. Let me look. Just get
This cannot be
that.
interesting to whoever's listening.
It's just a lot of.
It's a lot of like, wait, did they? And they probably already know this stuff.
Uh, was it?
No, he does disintegrate.
Does he?
Because, yes, they pull him out. They pull his body out with a fishing net, and he disintegrates.
That makes sense.
Even now, Araki's going into a. Talking about their cells. He's talking about how they're
I'm looking
working
at
together.
his. I'm looking at his Eyes of Heaven model, and it's like there's no way that this is not just a chick. That's wild. It's weird looking seeing that as a model.
Oh, and then Sarugi's dog, Rocky, is a rock dog. Which
Yeah, I knew that.
that's just brought up in passing at the end of chapter 33 in the volume release.
He's like, my dog is rock. Okay.
Oh, and that's brought up in the chapter actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
the Rock had the Rock the that dog had the Rock disease.
yeah. So, do you want to talk about fetal tendency?
Yeah, let's get into beetle tendency.
This man, Jobin,
Oh,
he
let's do
said,
this.
I'm gonna shave my eyebrow. He said, okay, do it. Let's see, Jobin. I'm gonna look this up. Jobin shaves eyebrow. Yep,
Yes,
there it is.
he shaves his eyebrows a bet.
Yeah, which that's
That's a power move right there.
very
That's very baller.
yeah, and he just does it. He just goes, okay, and then it's gone. Which is that's crazy.
Yeah, how does Josuke
What's
get his
this?
beetle? Doesn't he let like he's allowed to borrow one and they put the sticker on it?
I think he, I could have sworn he got the beetle from Jobin.
Yeah, I think Jobin like let him borrow a beetle and they just put a sticker on it with the star.
Or wasn't that? I could have sworn like Jobin was gone, and then he showed up, and then he had like gifts for everybody. And I think he was gonna give either Joshu or Norisuke the beetle, but then he was like, "Oh, I'll give it to Josuke." And then he just had a beetle, and he was like, "I don't know what to do with this." And he said, "Hey, Jobin, let's fight our beetles." He said, "Okay, I do it."
Looking back and reading it. I forget that Josuke can make his bubbles like super super tiny.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like
Well, it's been
he
so long
uses
since I've
the
read any of
brush
this.
and puts the bubbles in like the little twine thing around the ring
Yeah,
with the female
yeah,
pheromones. That's so crazy. Like there's
that's
so much
crazy.
stuff with soft and wet.
When I was reading Fetal Tendency, uh, like what was that dumb thing that Jobin kept trying to get Joshua to say?
Oh gosh.
It's like that quote.
At least say the name. Uh, was he trying to get him to say the name of the
It was
girl?
like
No, because
no,
Joshu kept cheering for Jobin, and he's like, "Come on, cheer for Josuke more."
hold on.
Yeah, because he
Let's
wants
see.
it to be like even.
Higashikata. Um,
And then like, here's another thing: Jobin wanted to lick his eyeball.
Jobin's just a weird guy.
Genuinely, I don't think there's like any deeper meaning to it. I think he's just weird.
Oh yeah, 110%. He's just like he just does stuff. He's a grown man, but at the same time,
He's a
he's still a
child.
child.
He has the mind of an infant. I literally,
He's a little man child.
I do not know
He
why
hasn't grown
this
up
man
yet.
is respected.
What's that? What's that thing? He's got a hot wife.
I mean,
That's the
yeah,
only reason. What? What's that thing that they keep saying? They're like, if you will.
if you will.
Wait, no, no, no. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's talking about uh Mitsu Ada. Oh, all I wanted us to say is a great line. After all,
And
the
then
whole
like,
after all, he's just like making references. I don't know what this is, and I think yeah, Josuke says after all. like right after Jobin sets it up, and then they high five. He's like, "Uh huh, yep, see that shoe?" That's how cool people work. So yeah, Jobin's just a big dork. That's his whole thing. It's so fucking weird.
So what comes after
And
Beetle tendency? Well, immediately we gotta recognize
well,
that
well,
Josuke got a freaking Lambo.
well, yeah, I was about to say that.
So it's like he got a
Yeah,
Lambo. He's
I was
gonna
about
have
to
to get
say
it.
I got that Lamborghini,
Oh, this is when we go into the
dude.
Doobie Wah fight.
Yeah, Doobie was next, and that was with Yasuho and Tsurugi, right?
Yeah, and Tsurugi is trying to make his.
Doobie was a weird stain.
Doobie Wah's user was so interesting looking. Like I thought he was gonna be so cool.
Uh, fuck, what's that guy's name? Uh,
I couldn't tell you.
isn't it like Aisho Dainenjiyama, I think is what it was. Let me look. See if I can fucking find. We'll go Doobie Wall Part 1. That's when he shows up. And then we'll look for him. There he is. Yeah. Aisho Dainenjiyama, which is a crazy name,
I
at
show.
least for me.
Hmm.
He had like just a bunch of scarves on. That's his whole thing.
Yeah, he had like one on his head,
A bunch of scarves tied around
one
his.
on his neck.
Yeah. That's. Huh.
What did he even do?
His whole.
Oh, he was at the. He worked at the Morio Stadium.
Um. Yeah. And he would sell Rokakata to people. He sold one to like an old guy, and
Some with his foot.
who.
He was a runner.
Yeah. Yeah. And he couldn't run anymore.
And
And
his
then he gave him
eyes
the
turned into
fruit.
rocks.
He said, "Hey, at least I'm running now." And he started
He,
fucking his wife in the car. I said,
yeah, it's
"Yeah."
the. It's the beginning of chapter 40. Is the whole um, Paisley Park door nonsense.
Beginning of chapter 40. All right, I'm going there.
Yeah, let me read it. This stand. This is my stand, Paisley Park. Progressing beyond. Oh wait, there are lots of doors, the same size, of the same shape, the same color, and the same texture. There is no way to differentiate them at all, and there is an infinite number of said doors. But one of the doors definitely has some vestige of being open, and if you open and close it many times, those traces become more apparent. Finding those traces and progressing beyond, that is my stand, Paisley Park. In other words, I can use the internet.
Yeah, and then right after that, it immediately jumps to Tsurugi and Yasuo screaming in pain because Dainen just steps on Tsurugi's Paper Moon King.
Oh, I forget that that's a weakness that he has. Like, don't you have to touch it or see it? How does Paper Moon King
Uh,
activate?
don't remember.
I
I
think you
really
just
don't
have
care
to
about
see
Paper
it.
Moon King. I think so too, because we didn't really talk about that. We just kind of skimmed over the whole Paper Moon Deception arc.
Yeah, there's not
Whenever,
much to it. It's just Sarugi just messing around. He decides to troll
yeah,
everyone.
he does a little trolling. He makes Yasuo have a breakdown. He,
A
he
mental
calls Josuke.
breakdown.
Yeah, and he says, haha, just kidding. We're friends, right? She says, yeah, sure. I wouldn't put up with Rudy. I'd drop kick that little motherfucker. I, oh, this is whenever. Is this the first time that um Yasuho used her thing on the laptop where she uses Paisley Park and it says, choose, have so and so seconds remaining.
No,
Pick
she's
banana peel or dog turd.
yeah, she's been using that one.
She used that one before? She says
Yeah,
banana peel. And he slips kinda. Like, shit.
and like
That's
Dubiwa
wild.
is responding to breathing. That's pretty OP.
Oh yeah. I forgot how Doobie Wall works. That's cool. Wow.
Yeah, literally, if Sarugi did not prank uh, Aisho with that whole bus trick,
Oh, the bus thing. Oh my
yeah,
God. That I didn't expect that to happen. That's one of my favorite things from Jojolion that's ever happened.
this man, what does he even
He's just
confuse it with? Uh, what
it's
does it confuse it with?
Jobin. He's talking to Jobin because he thinks okay, I think what it was is he's attacking Tsurugi and Yasuho like, outside in pure light, and then he turns around and sees Jobin behind him, and he's like, "Uh-oh, that's I'm attacking Jobin's kid." And so he's yelling at Jobin. He's like, "Oh, he's a brat, whatever." Yeah, right here. This image I'm looking at. The caption is "Getting run over by a bus that looks like Jobin." It's just Jobin walking through
Dude,
Aisha. It's
that's
fun.
so cool.
I'll send it to you.
It it looks like a like the whole Santana thing with Santana
Yes,
observing
and
that Nazi.
yeah.
Or no, it was
It's like,
a random guy.
that's weird, dog.
It's so whack.
Let's see.
And then after that is the Aphex Twins or the Apex Legends Twins.
Yeah, it is. Apex one.
He says, "Look, bud, we gotta get some of them Vic Roys."
I almost forgot about that.
Gosh, this is such a weird chapter. Uh, I think we just kind of skim the rest of this. I mean, we're making pretty good time. What do you think?
Yo, do what?
We're sitting about nearly an hour now, and I don't think anyone's gonna want to.
Yeah,
I think we're
yeah. My earbuds just kind of like not died, but they kind of cut out. So
okay. Well, we'll try and cut it. Try and cut it short. So let's get into the Aphex Twins. So Aphex
yes.
Twins, what do we really learn?
That one of them can switch things from his right hand to his left hand. That's it.
And that the one has like purple haze soccer ball.
Yeah, that too. And then we meet Carrera right before this.
Yeah, and Carrera is just sitting there, and she's like, "Oh, are you Kira?" And he goes, "No, but I get that a lot." And she goes, "Okay."
I thought it was Joseph. Did you confuse him for Josephumi?
I think it was Kira.
Hmm. I
You
could have
know,
sworn it was Joseph.
Sechan.
Was it not?
She calls him Sechan.
Yeah,
Who was that nickname for? I think it
I do
was.
not know.
Oh gosh, who is she calling him that for? Yes, she was calling him Kira, or she was trying to call him Kira.
Okay. It's like chapter 3, I want to say.
Carrera
Um,
Sakunami.
is that her name?
Yeah, Sakunami.
So her last name's. Oh, that's weird. I don't remember ever hearing her last name before. Oh, I just saw Diana Geometry get blasted by that bus again at the start of this chapter. It's so fucking funny.
Love Love Deluxe is
Oh,
such a weird
oh,
stand.
it is. So chapter 43 is the start of volume 11, I think. Or no, it's not. Um, it's like, or is it?
Chapter like 42 or 41 is. But so Love Love Deluxe ability to make hair grow wherever it touches on a person. It has an effective attack range, which is suspected to be 80 meters.
Jesus Christ.
And then we got
80 meters,
Aphex Twins, which is probably my favorite fight in Jojolion.
80 meters to feet is 262 feet. That's crazy. Yeah, so chapter 43 is Josuke and Yasuho have not seen each other in a long time.
Also, forgive me.
I think the last.
I was incorrect. There is a blowjob scene with Carrera, but it is towards Josuke.
But it's not at the start.
The one I was talking about is it looks like a guy is eating her out, but instead she's like putting her hands on the guy's head to give him hair.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I knew there was something like that. They go into the bathroom and he's like, "What's going on?" And he opens the door and she's like, "Oh, hey."
Yeah, and then she offers one to Josuke.
He's like, "No, hold on. Before Love Love Deluxe, when was the last time that Yasuho and Josuke had seen each other?"
Probably
Because
that was during the last time they saw each other was during the I Am a
I want
Robot
to say it
fight.
was Akiyama. Yeah, because so they went through Apex Twins, and then went through Anangiyama, and they did Beetle Tendency before that. So it was, let's see, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 chapters before they saw each other again, which is wild. So they have a little uh, reuniting scene right here, and they're real emotional, which is nice, I suppose. Oh, this is the I like large fries. I like large fries. I like large fries, but not fried chicken
But not
thing.
fried chicken. Yeah,
Why
that's
does this
not really
motherfucker hate
funny.
fried chicken?
He don't like that
Not fried
KFC.
chicken. No. I just want those crunchies. I like large fries.
I just want them crunchies.
Josuke just kind of says stuff, don't he? And there's Carrera.
This man literally learns words and then just says them. Josuke, why don't you sing me a beautiful song? What did I learn today?
I, I like food.
Yeah, essentially.
Food is good for me to eat. Okay, so do you have the chapters pulled up?
Yes, I have them all.
Okay, go to chapter 43. Um, and I want you to find the page. I don't know exactly what page it is, but I want you to find the page where Carrera first shows up.
Oh,
I want.
I'm in like 45. Give me a second. What do you want that pulled up?
I want to show you something.
Okay.
So do you
Which?
see her?
Yes.
She's shining that light in Josuke's face,
Okay.
and then the page after that, it's her. She's like squatting down, and then Josuke has his hands up, and there's a little question mark above his head.
Okay.
Tell me why Carrera's toes look like that.
Oh my god. Why are you so focused? Dude,
The way he draws toes is weird. Am I wrong?
I'd like to see you do better.
Okay, I'll draw toes. I
Trust
don't.
me, you
It's
probably
it's
have a
just,
whole collection.
bro. I'm not into feet. I just think the way he drew her toes is kind of weird. 'Cause they're like they curve into the ground like a lot.
My toes curve.
Uh-huh.
I probably shouldn't have told
Do
you that.
the toes curve?
Oh god. Here comes some
Huh?
fan art of
A
me.
Rocky just with your little toes curled. You try to figure out what Tark looks like. Once this person wins $100 from
Slowly
Tark's
piecing it
wallet.
together from my wallet.
Yeah, from your wallet. You gotta give him $100. Whoever's closest. Let's see. Okay. This man just said he found her wallet with her ID in it, and he found her name. He just said a name. He said Carrera. Hey, don't leave yet. She's like, oh, that is Kira. Cool. So yeah, Josuke just kind of pretends to be Kira, even though he is Kira, kinda. And then Carrera is just like at the very end. She's like, oh, you'll see me again at some point,
No, we
and we
won't.
haven't seen her since.
Carrera, they might as well put her as dead.
Give her the Kinjimori treatment or the Kinjimori treatment.
Yeah, her literal last lines are, "We'll meet again, okay?" But when that'll be is a Saikarit. Shh.
Yeah, it's been so her last appearance I think was chapter 46. It's been 58 chapters since we last saw Carrera.
That is crazy.
Which let's say there's 10 chapters per year. It's been almost 6 years since we last saw Carrera.
Whoa.
I
Carrera
know.
straight up stopped existing.
But who cares about Carrera? We're here to talk about my man,
Damo.
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 That's my big home. Damo.
Em-
Damo.
emphasis on the big.
Yeah, that's my man.
When did this chapter come out? When did chapter 46
Uh,
come out? Or is it 47?
which one are you looking for?
The one where Damo's introduced. Hato brought up boyfriend.
That's 47.
Yeah, go to 47. You check real quick when this chapter was released.
Okay.
Because if it's like 2016, I think Rocky might have been looking into American politics a little bit.
Oh, you talking about the guy that I sold my Twitter account to?
Yeah, I think it's the same guy.
Are you sure?
Because like one of the first things we see is Joshu take off his sunglasses and his hair immediately folds back. And then
They
Hato
must
has to
have
fix it.
such a weird guy. Okay, September 19th, 2015 is when it came out.
Ooh.
So it's close.
Nah, there was no politics involved here. Araki is cooling.
Looking at his dumb face, looking at Damo's dumb face is
He
kind of
looks like
funny.
a Damo legit looks like a Bob's Burgers character.
Holy shit.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Mentioned only. Carrera was mentioned only this in this chapter.
What's
Uh-huh.
the
We never hear from her ever again.
So wait, I could have swore
He
that for Vitamin C to work, he had to have touched everything. Like each spot he would have had to have touched.
it says when someone touches the fingerprints, it leaves. The victim will be softened to the point of liquefaction.
And what it looks like is whenever they start turning into liquid, anything they touch also works.
I think so. Hope so. Either. Huh. So, how much do you like Damo? Is he like one of your favorite characters from Part 8?
I think the fact that I don't like him is a good reason why he's a okay villain. Like
Yeah, he's kind of just a piece of shit.
I think I like his stand more than I like him.
Yeah.
Because he
Let's see.
literally makes Joshu. He puts him in the drain.
Oh yeah, and then that starts the Milligro Man arc, but we'll get to that in a second.
Later. Yeah, so it goes. Kay is immediately knocked out, or she is completely gone. Like nothing but her hat remains, and then
True.
uh,
She got sucked out of the story.
Yeah, that's probably the last time we see her for a long time.
until chapter 103. She says, "Hey, I'm taking care of my mom."
And then 104.
Okay.
Oh, is that a cane?
Oh, there's a cane in my eye now. Shit.
I'm on the floor.
Open the door. Get on
On
the
the floor.
floor.
Yeah, Kay
Uh,
lived that. Open the door, get on the floor.
yeah, like she walked in and said,
Josuke.
"Josuke, here's my phone. Anyway, I'm gonna lay down."
Josuke, please, I have Angry Birds.
Josuke, don't delete Flappy Bird. You cannot get it back.
You can't re-download it, please.
He said, Mamazuki just uninstalled it. Oh no. That's the real calamity. They deleted Flappy Bird off their phone.
Oh god.
So Toru's mad because he's the app developer for Flappy Bird. He said, "It stole my app."
Toru is the app
He's
developer for
angry.
Flappy Bird.
He's angry. That's the new canon. Toru's the app developer for for Flappy Bird. And he's so
Okay,
pissed off people keep uninstalling it.
so I'm going. Oh, this is where Josefumi's backstory, where his mom just
Oh
kind of
yeah.
let him get sucked up by the water.
Yeah, and then
Wow.
Kira uses sheer heart attack to go in his blood or something.
Yeah, because I think he had like a blockage or something.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to use a stand, especially sheer heart attack of all things. Like just you got a blood clot. Nah,
No, you don't.
that's oh you got a blood clot? Huh? Stupid. No, you don't.
But like, they're super strong because I think he can like change the size of them. Because I remember right, like
Hmm.
during Damo's fight with them, he blows up the dock that they're on.
Yeah, he does. And then that's why they're both injured, and so that's why they did the equivalent exchange because Kira's like dead. He said, "Bro, you gotta wake up, dog."
You gotta wake
And
up, dog.
then they get buried underneath some rubble after they both ate the Rokakaka, and then our nice little gap-toothed boy was born.
Looking back at it, I don't think Kira's like part of Kira's Killer Queen has the first bomb. I think instead it has like a bubble popping, and then that's the first bomb. Or maybe it's like
Yeah.
a heat thing too, because he pops someone's tire for Josefumi to go get branches from Aisha or Aisha. Sorry,
Yeah.
I forget. Even though we just talked about like probably 10 minutes ago.
Aisha. Yeah.
Yeah, Aisha.
Isn't it kind of weird the fact that uh, Kira and Josefumi fused, and then instead of getting like some kind of all new stand from it, it's just soft and wet
Well, I
with
assume.
bubbles.
I wonder if he's like perfectly half and half.
Do you think? Well,
I assume he's
I know that
more physically
I know that
Kira and then more like internally Josefumi.
I know that his tongue is split down the middle. His
Same with his
eyes are split down
eyes.
the middle. Uh,
His
I think
four
there's
balls.
he has four nuts. I feel like there's something else that's up with him. I don't remember what else was up with him.
Oh,
I
forget.
think that's
Okay, so going back at it, sorry to cut you off, but like he's able to
sure.
make two normal size sheer heart attacks. It looks like,
Yeah,
and they can blow up on command.
yeah. Instead of how it used to be, where he could have one out, and then it has to get close to its target and then blow up.
Yeah.
But I mean, like when I first read it, like I already knew that Killer Queen was coming because I don't really care too much about spoilers, so I was already kind of spoiled about that. But it was still nice to see Killer Queen
Walking
because
Heart
it
is
like
such a
it's been a long time since I last saw it.
Walking Heart is such a cool design.
Oh yeah, the what you call it with the heels. Okay, that's its whole ability is my heels are long and they can dig into anything.
Oh, here's
What are you
another
gonna do
one.
about it?
So do you remember the pose that Jorno did when he held Mista, where
Yeah,
it's like a Mary holding Jesus? They did
yeah,
that same pose with Holly holding Josefumi as a child. And he says, "From the bottom of my heart, I want to serve some purpose for Holly."
yeah.
So maybe that's
Huh?
carried on into Josuke.
Maybe,
And that would continue with what I was saying. Like, it's probably like somewhat more mentally Josefumi.
I could see that because Josuke is kind of a I wouldn't say sentimental guy. He's definitely a confused guy, uh, and kind of what I got from Josefumi because he's the one who drug Kira up to where the Rokakaka are, and it was trying to feed him and trying to heal him. I feel like that's something that Josuke would probably do, especially like someone who he's close to. So I could definitely see that. And if people were often confusing for Kira, then I could see that. Yeah, 100%. But at the end of this arc is when, oh yeah, no, during this, Damo puts like, is it a fish he puts inside of Norisuke?
Yes, he puts a fish inside of Norisuke and lets it like swim around in him.
He says, haha, you got a fish inside you. I
He
don't
made
know why
him
all my impressions are just like people are fucking assholes.
he made him
They go, ha
dolphin
ha,
look
ha
like a winter
stupid.
catfish.
Damo is just not a good dude. This guy's a real jerk, I tell you.
And then Hato
But
gets up to the top of the building and just starts skewering him.
she fucks his shit up. He gets out of there. Josuke says, no, we're not ending this here. He
He's like,
runs after.
I'm fully relying on Hato here.
He murks my man, Damo.
It's such a cool scene when Damo's trying to like
he
run away and he's like walking down the hall or the sidewalk, and in broad
beats
daylight,
him in
he just
he beats him in broad daylight.
yeah, and no one like they turn back and look at him, and just no one cares. It's just
Okay.
rocks.
Here is uh how they describe it on the wiki. Josuke spots Damo and follows the rock human, eventually cornering him. Damo begs Josuke to spare him, reminding him of Holly and her illness which the Lokaka can cure, but is unceremoniously punched in the head by Soft and Wed, finishing him off. Josuke now knows his former identity, Josefumi Kujo. Uh, Unbeknownst to him, the whole scene was observed by Jobin, who witnessed Damo being killed. So he just punched him in the head as hard as he could.
Wasn't there also
Damo's
a
dead.
thing with the shovel? Like what? Didn't he like? I could
The
have
sh-
swore he used a shovel.
the shovel, I think, the shovel is. I want to say that's coming up here in a minute with Blue Hawaii.
Well, before that, I feel like we've said this 3 times, but it's the Milligram Man arc.
Is it?
Yes, Milligram Man is right after.
Yeah. I'm looking
And
at
I think we
Damo
all
getting
know,
shit pushed in.
but I just want to point out one thing during this entire thing. It's the baller move
Uh-huh.
where he rents out. Let's count exactly 9 seats around him. 9 seats in
Oh,
the
you're talking
theater just
about
because he doesn't want to be around anyone.
talking about Josh, you, oh my lord.
Just because he
He says, I
didn't
have
want to
so much
see.
money. Lord.
All because he didn't want to
Uh,
see. I mean, he did want to see the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
so who's the idol that Joshua wants to meet?
I do not know. I doubt it's a real person though.
I want to. I fa- uh, Rina Nanami. I want to say that's a real person.
Is it?
Uh,
Really?
no, it's not. Well, I guess there is an actual one, but I mean, like, it's kind of.
I mean, like
It's definitely not anyone important. Huh. But yeah, so Joshu is just kind of, I wouldn't say power hungry here. He's just kind of drunk with power. And by power, I mean money. So he just kind of does whatever he wants to do.
yeah, I guess to be a baller.
He does. But then he slowly is just like, huh, why can't I get rid of any of my money? I need to get rid of this money. Like, I'd like to, but it just keeps, you know, coming back to him. And isn't that the thing where, like, all the notes are just like marked with 13 on them?
Yeah,
Or
their
the
serial
number
number
ends
ends
with
with
13?
13.
Yeah. Um, I liked Another Garment a lot. I think that was one of my favorite arcs of Jojolion. But it's short and it's weird. It's kind of like urban legend-y ish, and I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's just a really good in between chapter,
Yeah,
or
and
sorry, arc.
the yeah, and I didn't understand. I do now, but when I first read it, I think it was at the start of this or at the very end. I want to say very end maybe. Um, we see Joshu come out of the sewer as uh, Kato is going to the Gashkata house, and I didn't know why he was coming out of the sewer. And then I think you and I pieced together like, oh, he did get flushed by Damo, and so he would have to come out of somewhere.
Yeah, I remember we had that discussion a while back.
Yeah, so I was really confused. I was like, why is he coming out of the sewer? When did he? He's just like a little rat, and he likes to hang out down there. He is an incel gamer, so it wouldn't surprise me. Uh,
So
I don't know.
I say we try and speed run this. Any percent, preferably 100, but
Any sense.
yeah, any percent
But
speed run.
you don't know the next arc. The next arc is Blue Hawaii.
In Blue Hawaii. All right, so Blue Hawaii, it's Skyway
Supposed to
Star
have our
sucks.
30-minute discussion.
Yeah, I might have lied. I'm sorry, dear viewer, but
Liar. Will,
hey,
will there still be a timestamp in in the description of the YouTube video that gets to this point?
yes, there will 100% be a timestamp
Okay.
to Blue Hawaii, all 4 minutes of it.
Just Blue Hawaii though. All 4 seconds of it.
Actually, maybe I'll go above and beyond. I'll every time we say Blue Hawaii, I'll leave it.
Oh my lord. I'm holding that against you. That is your word. You said it, and I'm holding you accountable for that. So I'm gonna rewatch this, and if I hear one Blue Hawaii that isn't marked, I'm gonna call you up and I'm gonna make you go back and edit it.
But what if I told you a little
I want to
secret?
make
What if I told you a little little secret, man. Nah, I lie.
A little secret.
I fib.
You son of a bitch. Aw,
All
so
right,
stupid.
so Blue Hawaii, baby.
Blue Hawaii,
I'm gonna give you a quick summary of what I remember.
Dolomite.
Dolomite likes fried chicken,
Okay, go.
hates flies, hates babies. He has stand aids that transfers anything. And I
He has
remember
zombie
a
AIDS, yeah.
really cool part where Joshi is trapped in a stall and he caves in a baby's skull.
Oh, I forgot about the baby.
This man is the
Yeah,
most
so,
amoral thing to exist.
yeah, Dolomite was a nice, handsome young man at one point, and then he wasn't because he got electrocuted or something. Um, and now he doesn't have any arms or legs, and he has these little stumps, and he looks like a little dog with long hair. Uh, and he talks to Jobin, and they kind of hang out whenever Jobin throws chicken around, uh, which is a weird sentence to say. And so, uh, Josuke's enjoying his day, doing something. I don't remember what he's doing. Uh, and a little boy walks over, gives him an envelope with like teeth inside of it.
Yeah, trying to
If
give
I
it to
remember
this
right,
man.
yeah, because I think the whole thing is you have to touch
Some
Dolomite's
part of him.
DNA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so like his spit or anything.
yeah, you have to touch that, and then he'll be in control of you. Uh, so he gets control of the little boy, and he can only control one person at a time. Is what it was, right?
Yeah, it has to
And then they look like,
transfer from one to one.
yeah, and they look like very much like disfigured. A lot of people like kind of going to chapter like 103
Oh, there's
or
something
like
else I forgot.
101, 104. What
Noriski has a motorcycle.
does he?
Yeah,
I don't remember Norris motorcycle.
it's at the very beginning when they think that Jobin is. No, they see Jobin out in the field taking or
Oh, he
looking for
does.
branches.
He just is on it. He has the helmet on. He's sitting down on it. Or does he ever turn it on and ride it? Or just sit there.
I'm telling you, man, Dolomite is he's such a pathetic thing to look at.
I like Dolomite
I hate this
because he
man.
is pathetic. And he just kind of sits there. He goes, I cannot do a thing. Hell.
Whoa,
Uh,
Dolomite's like
what?
pre getting screwed over by life. He looks so cool. He
Yeah.
has such a nice design. He kind of looks like Fugo. Yeah, I think
A
it's
little bit. I can see that. And he looks like this afterward. It looks like, God damn. Whatever happened. Like, I know what happened to him, but whatever happened to him, like, pick shit up. I like how he just has stumps for every, like, arm and leg is just stumps, and he can't do anything about it. He's sitting at, like, a little coffee table.
I like how
That's, that's
Josuke's
kind of fun.
first reaction to seeing an infected child like coming towards him is just sweep his legs out from under him.
Josuke just does.
This man will protect himself at all costs, no matter what.
He's
He puts
took the leg
himself
of a
before anything.
child. He said, no. Josuke's funny.
Josuke's kind of scary.
But a little bit. Just a little bit. Uh,
We see Dolomite chewing on rocks to get more teeth
yeah,
out.
he just eats rocks. And oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I was about to say he's doing some kind of Diego stuff, eating the rocks. But yeah, God, I just found Dolomite ass.
Is it when he's like
Oh
squatting on the
yeah,
rock?
yeah,
Oh, Josuke
oh
makes this
yeah,
woman like run straight into a wall.
Yeah, that he hits her with like a shovel or something. That's where the shovel comes from.
Is it?
He
Okay,
bashes her in the face with a shovel.
that's where it is. Yeah, he makes the shovel float into his hand. And it puts it right into her mouth and pushes her in that door. This is also, I think, Rye's first appearance.
Yeah, in the photo.
Yeah, on his phone.
It's weird looking at first appearance Mamazuku because he looks so different.
It's so
He looks like
gross.
frumpier. He is gross. But speaking of gross, Yasuho finds
Hey.
Dolomite, beats him with a pole.
Oh yeah,
She's like, "Fuck you, idiot. Ow!"
she goes full Trish on him.
It's Lord. Just watching Dolomite getting beat is kind of funny. Ugh. I'm
Getting
looking at
stomped.
first appearance Mamazuku. He looks gross. He can't do anything. He's just on his side. He can't kick. Can't punch.
This man is defenseless.
This man can't do a thing. He's getting his head caved in by a pole. And he says, "Okay, I'll stop attacking Josuke."
Please, I promise to stop attacking this man.
And she says, "Okay."
She says, "Alright,
He says,
slide."
"Thank." She says, "Thank God."
I think probably the scariest thing that Dolomite did was infect that fly.
Yeah, the fly's crazy.
But then he infects the baby in the
The
stall.
baby.
Uh,
Yeah, and the baby trying to get in. Josuke just goes. Josuke did not care if you're a baby or not.
not he like tried pushing it, I think. But then like the blood kind of like
Josuke,
squirted onto him. No, the baby grabbed his
Josuke's
shit,
fun.
and then he was under Dolomite's control. I completely forgot that.
So,
I forgot that
after
happened
that, we
too.
get into Mamazuku, Planet Praiser. 31. He's pretty fucking, which is wild.
Oh,
I don't
so
remember
we're
much about this.
we're
They,
finally out of
they were
the
on
Blue
the.
Hawaii arc.
Are we?
I
Or do you have
consider
something else to add?
I consider everything past Blue Hawaii to be considered Blue Hawaii arc, and everything prior to the Blue Hawaii arc to be considered Blue Hawaii arc. In fact, this isn't Jojolion. This is Blue Hawaii arc.
This is Blue Hawaii review.
Blue Hawaii review. That'll be
We're just gonna
the alternate title.
we're gonna rebrand. Okay. Blue Hawaii, the movie.
The movie. I mean, we've been going for about the time of a movie.
Yeah, it's long.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so we don't have too much left. We have like 5 more arcs left. And I know that one of which is still going on,
Yay.
but we'll get to you in a minute, Toru.
Get to
So
you.
I don't remember much of what happens in the Planet Praiser arc. I know that they're on the bus, and Mamazuki shows up, and he's like, "Yo, Yasuho, get away from Josuke. I need to talk to him. Go somewhere else, please."
Yo, Yasuho. Uh, I hate you.
Yo, Yasuho, please, you're ruining the mood. Go away.
Get off my
He's like,
ski lift,
I'm
bro.
just. But so I remember that, and then I remember um they go up on the what the
The loft.
what's it called? Yeah, that they go up there, and that's where just Mamasu just lives, and he has strawberries and stuff down below.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
straight up like
yeah, I can
lives.
turn.
And
He's
they
like,
go
yeah,
up there.
I can turn into the string or ribbon.
Yeah, they go up there because they're being chased by what's his
Urban
name?
Gorilla
Urban Gorilla. Yeah. And Momozuki
and
has like
Doherty Pasamaki down.
a full layout. Like he lives up there perfectly.
He knows what's going on. He's red pill.
He's a base man living in a cringe society.
That's true. Mamazuku is based, confirmed. And then that leads into Urban Gorilla.
Let's
Oh,
get
actually, Mamazuku just decides to push Yasuho off of the thing, like down to her doom. He says, "Move, ho."
yes,
So she
100%.
falls down.
Like,
And Josuke says, "Why would you do that?" He's like, "Ah, well, she's out of the way now."
because he knows
He
that
says,
Josuke would rather save Yasuho than him, and
"Yeah, the whole
he's
thing
the
is you
lower
have to protect
priority.
me." He says,
Yeah,
"Yeah, you need to protect me. You need to look after me," which is which is really funny. So Josuke goes down there. He tries to save Yasuho, and Urban Gorilla shows up, and he says, "I'm an urban gorilla, something something."
I make
During
honest
me, all like that.
crossover.
I'm like, yeah, and also I'll have a Gent mask on. Don't worry, I'm in some weird stuff. And this big rock animal shows up
Do
and
re mi fa
says,
sol
and
la ti drip.
I'm so disappointed in what you just said.
Don't worry, there's more to come.
I hope not.
You don't think
Uh,
I haven't thought of Wonder of Drip?
I said that earlier.
All
Lord.
right,
Anyway,
but yeah, do re mi fa sol.
awaking drip leaves,
Waking drip leaves.
awaking three drip.
Doggy style has such a cool design.
Uh,
It's probably
do
my
what?
favorite stand. Doggy style
Are you stop? Oh yeah.
is probably my.
Isn't it just like really big? It's just kind of there.
This thing is a tank.
That way he can. That way, after they defeat Urban Gorilla and stuff, they set him on fire.
Yes, they set the man on fire.
They said, "Fuck you, idiot." So after that is when we get into Ozone Baby with poor Tom, and I hate poor Tom. So I'm gonna blast through this man. Poor
Poor
Tom
Tom. I had
is the
heard.
worst. Is the worst character.
Poor Tom. I've heard people compare him to like where he should have had like a Steely Dan sort of beatdown, but instead just got shot in the face by his best friend. Probably only friend, really. Gosh, but yeah. So Ozone Baby's kind of whack because the entire time it's pressure manipulation. If I remember right, um, Jobin is also
Was
affected by it at some point.
hell.
I can hear you. Oh, but also one of the coolest parts of the oh, not Ozone Baby, but going back to Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do, Rai makes like a crossbow out of doggy style in his right arm and uses a fork and shoots it straight into Urban Gorilla's eye, or at least like on his eyelid, at most, or at least, which I find absolutely crazy.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, we're having a bit of technical difficulties. Oh, there it goes.
Drip.
Yep, here he is. Drip
There I am.
indeed.
My earbuds are like dying.
That's okay. Then let's wrap it up real quick.
Okay.
So let's just go into Wonder of
Okay, I
Drip.
feel like we should. Well, hold on. I feel like we should. Okay. I feel like we could save one review for its own thing.
Yeah, we'll go into the whole Wonder of You arc once.
105.
Yeah, when we get 105, we'll go into a huge review of that.
Okay.
So
Uh, so let's finish up with Ozone Baby and then Doctor Wu, and then we can end it there.
Ozone Baby, there's nothing really that happens. It's a setup arc that you get a cool scenes with
People think that
Johansen.
Mamazuku was dead. Yeah,
Ooh,
Mamazuku almost died there, but then he said, "Nah, I lie." He was fine. And then Proton was so scared that they was going to beat his ass. He ran away. Two men who, whoever could they be, showed up in a van, and then Proton got shot in the back of the head,
yes, this man was sniped.
which is because of a certain stand that we will have to wait and talk about next episode.
Yeah, no, we can go into that right now because I found it super interesting. I never thought of it as poor Tom pursuing Toru because
Yeah.
he's running back towards him, which indicates like
Uh,
that's him pursuing him. So
yeah, and he knows that he's in the van, and and so he's I gotta get to I gotta get to Akefu. I got to get to uh Wutamaki.
I gotta get to this
And
89
so
year old
that's
man.
pursuing. So 89 years old?
If there's
Seriously?
anything I'll remember about like ages, I'll remember that Daya is 16 for legal reasons, and Akafu is 89 years old.
Okay. 89 years old. And he moves that quick for 89 years old?
For 89 years old, man, this guy's kind of wacky. This kind of ooh, kind of
He's kind of
weird,
loco,
kind of poco loco.
kind of cringe.
All right, Doctor Wu,
And then,
are you with me, Doctor?
bro, Doctor Wu, I like this arc a lot. Mainly because Mitsuba's there, and Mitsuba is kind of like, kind of cool, I guess. What?
Wait, who? What's that?
What?
Is that the dump truck?
Bro, Mitsuba dick though. Mitsuba can get it. And Joken tries to give it to Mitsuba.
Tries to give
But
it.
that's like in a minute though.
We'll get to that.
Mutamaki's Mutamaki's whole thing is just I can dissolve. That's it.
I can Infinity War myself and other things. No, it's just
I
himself.
and yeah. And so we figure out that Mitsuba's pregnant, and so
Oh, and then we get to see the little baby arms.
yeah, and then she uses her stand, Awakening Three Leaves, to push the baby like back into her, which is kind of sick. Um,
Like sick as in cool or sick
it's
as
kind of
in nasty?
yeah, both.
Yeah, it's
It's
sick
kind of
as
baller.
it's kind of a baller move of Mitsuba to
She
re-impregnate
said,
herself.
"This baby going back inside me. I'm gonna have this baby.
This thing undercooked.
This thing's undercooked.
Put it
Ew.
back in.
Put that shit back in." Uh, so she pulled that baller move as they're fighting, which also Mamazuku and Josuke are in the hospital with Yasuho and Mitsuba as they're fighting Dr. Wu. And these two bumbling idiots, Josuke and Mamazuku, cannot find where they are, even though they're like across the hall from each other,
Yeah,
like
literally, like
across the waiting room.
I'm pretty sure if they just turned to their left and then just walked down the hall, they would literally see them. I'm surprised
Yeah.
they do not like
So,
hear them.
yeah.
And thus
So,
enters the
uh,
hospital arc.
yeah. So, whenever they are almost close to, like really close to finishing off Dr. Wu, or Wu Tamaki, um, they leave the elevator, and who do we see? The first appearance of my man Toru. And of course, him and Yasuho have a past together, even though we can get a bit more into that later on.
They have a little history, or as I like to call it, a pistory, because Toru, like one of the first things he brings up when they're at the elevator is how
Yeah,
like
you
Yaso had
beat
to
me
like
to it.
pee one time in the elevator.
Yeah, no, she was like, you can't go in that elevator because he just like fucked up Wutomaki in there. He's like, why? Did you pee in there or something? She goes, no. He's like, used to get pretty soaking wet with my fingers back in the day.
Oh,
So,
he literally
and then she's
taunted
like, gets
him.
real red. She gets real red and like embarrassed, and he's like, "See you later, bitch." And she's like,
I
"Oh
hate
wait,
you.
if you see a man in a sailor outfit, tell him that I'm on like the third floor or something." And he goes, "Okay."
Tell him I'm about to murder him.
And so they find the Rokakaka. I like we haven't mentioned the Rokakaka a lot. It's kind of
We've probably said
whatever.
Rokakuya like twice.
So they find the Rokakaka and they are gonna eat it, or Mitsu's gonna eat it because she wants the baby,
The
and so
baby.
she she does that, but Wutamaki attacks again. But then they beat the shit out of Wutomaki, or Josuke does, and then she eats the Rokakaka, and then her nose disintegrates, but the baby's fine. So she gets back home, and Jobin sees her, and he's like, "Oh my god, this
Girls
bitch is
love
so
good
sexy
nose.
with that new fake nose, which is just a cone." He goes, "Reminds me of my beetle. I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you, girl." Uh, there's like a beetle on the bed. He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna take this."
He
He's
grabs
like,
her ankle,
"Yeah."
and all you
She
hear is,
goes,
"Come on, baby, turn the lights down low."
"Yeah."
This man is
So he doesn't.
trying.
He Jobin does not end up laying that pipe on his own wife. But however, what we do see is an 89-year-old man just kind of standing like a distance away, and Mitsuba notices it. She's like, "What the fuck is that?"
And hold on one second.
Um,
Let me emphasize the point that this man is 89 years old. Trust me.
how did they
Araki,
get
wa-
there? How did they get there without anyone seeing him?
Araki wanted to make this very clear that this man is
He's how
89 years
old?
old. 89. Just in case you,
89 years old.
just in case you didn't catch it, Araki says it about 15 times a chapter.
89 years old. That's more.
It's kind of bonkers, isn't it? I mean, 89 years old.
And you know what? I don't want to cut anything short here, but I kind of have to go. I kind of have to do things.
Kind of have to do things in your life.
Yeah, i.e., my earbuds are dying, and I don't have any other way to record this.
All right.
So,
Well, that brings
regardless
me.
of our technical difficulties, we
Next episode,
I
whenever we do the 105 review, we'll be talking about the entirety of the One Review arc, and it's up to
yes,
that point.
the 89-year-old man,
Yes, with the 89-year-old man.
and we get to talk about my boy Toru, who's
Yeah.
fucking sick. I love him. Um,
Toru
he
has
used to
no
get
drip.
he used to get my fingers pretty soaking wet back in the day.
Toru would 100% wear Supreme. Like, 100.
Toru
Genuinely.
drip.
I'm not editing that. Actually, I already have.
You already know.
Yeah, if you're watching this
Okay.
on YouTube, I'll throw it up on screen. Nah, I lie. I ain't gonna do that. I don't know how.
No, you don't know how. Look, learn it, bro. You're like in college or something.
Yeah, I'll learn it. I'll learn it. But
You're like almost Yasuho age
yeah,
in 2011.
I'll tell you what. I'll try. I'll throw it up on screen. I did not edit this picture, but I found it on like Twitter or something. Yeah, I'll throw it up on screen.
On
And if it's not
Twitter.
up on the screen right
Do
now,
it.
then I don't know how to edit photos in. So that's cool. But anyway,
If it's not on screen right now while I'm talking, then go down to the comment section and talk about how bad Tarek is at doing basic tasks.
I'm very sorry. All right. Well,
So,
we'll talk about the
uh,
groomer next
I
episode.
guess the groomer. That's him. So we hope that you enjoyed the first episode of the Jobros review for what was kind of a little scuffed review of chapters 1 through whenever Mutomiki stopped existing.
Yeah. We say
Uh,
104, but we kind of lied. But that's okay. I've already
we
made the
lie.
thumbnail. So,
Yeah.
I ain't fixing it.
So, nah, that's fine. So, next time, it will be entirely one review, and probably will be again and again and again until Jojolion ends. So, I mean, I don't have anything else really to say. You want to plug anything at all?
You can find us on Spotify uh, with the same name, Jobros Review, and on Twitter.
True.
Make sure to follow the Twitter. We will post nothing but memes on there. Maybe some updates, maybe some polls, depending on how big we get. But Jobros
Skiwo.
Reviews, yeah, skiwo. All right,
Skiwo. Stay safe,
chapters
everybody.
1 to 104 done. Adios, everybody.
Good night.